All right, D7, multiplying and dividing rational expressions. Rational expressions are fractions essentially, rational. Multiply straight across as you would any other fractions, and then reduce, simplify from there. Number one, so what do we got here? So up top, 7a times 63b cubed, 9b times 35a squared. Reduce as much as possible, cancel out as much as possible. So 63 is 9 times 7. So this 9 will cancel with that 9. A squared is a times a, so one of those will cancel. B cubed over b on the bottom, that's a 3. So one of those will cancel. That leaves you b squared. So at the end, 7 times b squared. Oh, there's quite a bit more I can do. I'm sorry. Let's go back. We have that 35 in your denominator. So that's just 7 times 5. So 7 and 7. So now we're done. So what is left up top? That 7 is left up top. B squared is left up top. On the bottom, what do we have remaining? This 5 is remaining and an a is remaining. So this one, final answer, 7b squared divided by 5a. There's nothing more we can reduce, cancel. That is the answer to number 1. Number 2, we are dividing fractions. To do so, multiply the reciprocal of the second one. So before we get started, here's our first fraction. Flip the second one and multiply. You don't divide fractions, you multiply the reciprocal of the second one. All right, and we'll just proceed to cancel out the way we did on the previous one. Clean this up a little bit. I like the way this D looks. All right. All right, let's get to canceling. Right away, what do we have? What do we have? 14 is 7 by 2. 35 is 7 by 5. So these 7s will cancel. What else? What else? What else? 9 and 24. What's that going to be? So 9 is 3 times 3. 24 is 8 times 3. So a 3 will cancel. Our letters. Let's cancel out accordingly. Same process. This C will cancel out with one of these. So leaving us with just a C. This D will cancel out with one of these, leaving D squared. All right, let's get to our M and N's. What do we have? What do we have? This M will cancel with one of these, leaving M squared. This N will cancel with one of these, leaving an N. So what remains? We got a 2, a C, and an 8. So my numerator appears to be 2 times 8, 16. C. My denominator, I have a 3, M squared remaining, an N remaining of 5, and a D squared. It looks like my denominator is going to be 3 times 5, 15. My variables are M squared and D squared. Getting cut off here. All right, let me scroll down and write that answer. I can just grab the slider. Okay. All right, so final answer. 16c over 15 m squared and d squared. Nothing else reduces and cancels. We're good there. All right, number 3, we have a bunch of binomials. It's already factored, which is good. We want it to be factored to see if anything cancels in our numerator and our denominator. And as long as they match up, we're good to go. X plus 1 divided by x plus 1 is just 1, and multiplying by 1 doesn't do anything. So we don't have to write it. And 3 is done. That's it. Nothing else cancels. Cannot simplify this in any other way. Do not try to cancel out any x's. The parentheses locks in the x there. Similarly there. Do not try to cancel it with this guy. Cannot be done. So 3 is simplified as far as it can go. If you want to multiply your denominator, you could. Not really necessary. But you would get x squared minus 4 as it is a difference of squares. Number 3 is done. Number 4, if it is not factored, you want to factor it out. First step is always your greatest common factor of each term. So for our numerator, I'm going to pull out y squared. Factoring that out leaves y minus a. Y squared times y is y cubed. Y squared times a is ay squared. My denominator, I'm going to factor out a y, leaving y minus a as well. And we're just about done. Y minus a cancels. Y squared over y, one of the y's will cancel, resulting in just a y in your numerator, y over 1, or just y. So number 4 is completed. Number 5, greatest common factor. So I'm going to factor these out. My numerator, I can factor out an a cubed, leaving 3 minus a. My denominator, I can factor out a 2, as well as a squared, leaving a minus 3. All right, so in this case, 3 minus a minus 3, they're very similar except for the signs. When that occurs, you're going to want to factor out a negative 1. So a cubed, I'm going to leave that green, is still there. I'm going to factor out negative 1, leaving me a minus 3 in the numerator. At the bottom, 2a squared, and you got a minus 3. So now these cancel. They do not cancel over here as they are different. You have to factor out the negative 1. What else will cancel at this point? A squared will cancel with 2 of those, leaving just a. So final answer will be negative 1a over 2, which you would see negative a over 2. That 1 does not have to be written. And that's number 5.